Hello, this is RV Vagabond Jerry, and I'm at the Miracle of America Museum, just south of Polson, Montana, which is north of Missoula. And I've had a look around already, and I got to tell you, this is going to be on my list of the top 20 best museums I've seen anywhere. I'm going to make that list at some point and share it with my subscribers. They have a huge property here with a lot of indoor displays and several acres of outdoor displays. So come along with me and I'll briefly show you what they have here. It is so much. If I showed you even half of it, the video would be 3 hours long. So I'll try and keep it down as much as I can. And they've got a few things right out front here. And look at this motorhome. Not mine, this one. Looks like it needs a paint job. And I would say a new roof. I think this is a good opening statement. It's a good sized model train. And this room behind the glass is dedicated to inventions. All kinds of things. The number one thing that amazes me looking through museums such as this is what it took to accumulate all this stuff. And here is a German machine gun, water cooled. Another big machine gun. This is a huge room with just about everything you could think of from past centuries. A Boy Scout leader's uniform from the 1940s. And all of these badges they earned and things. And here's a early household goods section. Look at this cabinet. Karo syrup. I remember that. There's a 1936 RC Cola bottle. I've seen several ice boxes in museums, but this one is very, very different. In this picture, they're preparing kids for their bath. You see that bathtub? They actually have one right here. How about that? And you get a bonus, folks, if you know what this is. That's it. Here's a loom, a couple spinning wheels, and this is a sheep-powered treadmill. Not for exercise, but for creating power for running some type of machinery. Ooh, look at all these bicycles. And motorcycles. Old military motorcycles. I bet this is before your time. With a helmet made from an armadillo. Look at this little military scooter. Pulling, guess what? A Gatling gun? Wonder what that is in the middle of this military bicycle. And look at this, a wooden motorcycle with a wooden engine. You might not guess it, but this is a racing motorcycle. There's a 1918 Indian and a few other early motorcycles. That's a Harley. This is an Excelsior. Another Harley. And that's an Indian and a Norton. And don't know what this is. Well, they call it a Briggs & Stratton motor wheel. Never heard of that. And that's a 68 Hodaka. I like that. All sorts of motorcycle related things here on the wall and pictures. And here's another room with a whole lot of motorcycles. Wow, I've never seen one like this. That Indian, look at this seat in front. Now that is some first class traveling. And this is a motorized toboggan. There's a police sidecar on that one. And another Briggs & Stratton motor wheel. I didn't know they actually made any kind of vehicles like this. Briggs & Stratton. And these folks are really going out on the town. And this is the last vehicle you want to ride in. Here's a brand of scooter I never heard of or seen anything like it. How would you like to ride on this seat? On top of that? And guess how old this tricycle is? Here's a do-it-yourself alcohol display. Model Tavern. I get all these bottles of beer, alcohol, and wine. Here's an old Harley Davidson poster. This is a Cushman scooter. And this scooter, believe it or not, is a Harley. And here is something that no company makes anymore. Mopeds. And what are most distinctive is that to start the engine, you pedal it like a bicycle. I tried to find one of those last year online and nobody makes them anymore. And look what this motorcycle is carrying. Wow. Here's the back of it. Kilroy's camper. Not much of a camper. Here's a motorcycle brand I haven't seen before. It's a Sunbeam. And look at this motorcycle with a wicker sidecar. That's a first for me, a wicker sidecar. This must be one of the first motorcycles with a radiator. They were all air-cooled. This is the first one that's a really old one I've seen that is actually a water-cooled bike. And they don't get any rarer than this. A bicycle with a motor attached to it, and look how small this motor is. An 18cc diesel engine. Wow. This might even be more rare. A chainless bicycle with a shaft drive. This is what they call a bone shaker. Of course, back then I think pretty much all bicycles would shake your bones. I don't think I've seen a simplex motorcycle before. Well, now we're going back into the military department. There's something special about this propeller. There it is. There's another machine gun. And look at all these weapons. Wow. They even have a Nazi flag. And this one looks like about at least 7 feet long. Look at these shells. Huge shells there. Here's another room full of military equipment. Oh, and look at that tank. And you don't see one of these very often. Here's a police jeep. And whatever that vehicle is, it's just amazing that they have all this stuff here. And they have one of these sirens here. And now we're into the toy department. How would you like one of these sitting out on your front lawn? Here's a little carousel for dolls. All kinds of things from your childhood. Well, at least if you're as old as I am. Too many to show you it all. Here is a Donald Duck projector. So you can watch 4 complete pictures. Huh. How you like the expression on this baby's face? And here's the phonograph department with some of those Edson's music cylinders. Before they invented the flat record, they played on a rotating cylinder like that. And these were your loudspeakers. Here's a display of presidential campaign items, including President Nixon's shower head. This is the last room of indoor displays, and then I go to see what is outside, which I think will be just as interesting. Somebody saved this from 1920. Look at this old soda fountain.
Fantastic. See if he's got time to come out and have it, you guys, or we'll catch up with you. Yeah, no, I'll just head down.
Look at this old toaster. And there's an ice cream box. Nice things they saved up here. Here's a really old style jukebox. And you remember the days when diners had these music selections right at your table? You just put your coins in there and make your selection. And look what they have in the dining room. A huge buffalo. Wow. I think it's going to take more than an arrow to kill this guy. They also have a Barbie doll collection here, showing the years they're from. I think the Barbie dolls only cost a few dollars, but then you get to buy all these costumes. That's where the big money was, in the costumes. Well, now it is time to go outside. I can see already it's going to be just as amazing out here. This looks like a racer. All sorts of signs on the outside wall here. Let's see what's in the general store. You don't see wooden Indians much anymore. Oh wow, this thing is packed with all sorts of stuff. Wow. Isn't it amazing that they get all of this stuff and then save it over the years? I haven't been able to save much of the stuff from the years, especially back in my childhood. Things I don't know what happened to them. I wonder why they just picked these two things you can't do. Look at that old boat. It's starting to deteriorate, I think. And here's the alien section. Really small spaceships. You would think they would be bigger. I hate to be lying there attacked by this guy. What is this machinery? Well, now we go into the Syrup Creek Redemption Ridge. Just don't ask me what that is. Look at all these chainsaws. Okay, they have several acres of these outdoor displays. And I don't think you want to watch an hour-long video, so I'm not sure what I'm going to show you. But I do want to see the alien autopsy. All sorts of things in here. And there is the autopsy table. Here's a barn with a whole lot of snowmobiles. And this is a Tucker Snowcat. Wow. That should get you where you want to go. And this thing, it's a one of a kind. Oh. Wow, all these snow vehicles. Even this antique car has got all-terrain wheels. And you're probably going to need this guy. Now I'm guessing a lot of this truck is a homemade design. I'm only showing you a tiny fraction of everything that's back here. The grounds are just packed with all sorts of things. Even the remains of a helicopter and whatever that was. And you don't want this guy tailgating you. How do you like the roof of this cabin. And let me show you the lady in here who is trying to sweep the floor. She's got quite a challenge considering it's a all dirt floor. All kinds of farm equipment. And I wonder why the windmill's not working. It seems to be intact. And look at the stuff up here on the hill. What kind of boat is that? I used to play on these before everything became plastic. There's the school, and there is the school bus. And somehow I survived the steel playground equipment. They have an appliance shop. Let's take a look in here. Got a lot of washing machines. Wow, look at all these. And more over there. Man. Lots of more things here that I don't think I'm going to have time to show you. Unless you want to watch a super long version of the video. We've got a linotype machine that newspapers used to use in this building, along with about everything you can imagine. And back in 1970, I had a couple jobs using these card punch machines. Big collection of old cameras here. And here's a piece of movie theater history. Now everything is digital. I'm up on the hill where I showed you all this stuff earlier, and I just want to give you an overall view down there. All these buildings are just stacked full of museum pieces. Several acres of outdoor displays here. And there's that boat I showed you up here earlier. There's the house with the grass roof where that lady was sweeping the dirt floors. Helicopter on top of that building. And some heavy equipment up here on the hill. Well, folks, I just showed you a small fraction of what they have here. It is one of the most amazing museums I've seen anywhere. What they have is just stunning. So definitely come by here north of Missoula if you're ever in this area. Good day, folks.